You were never supposed to see this, but it's too late now. Something inside you is breaking, and you don't even know it. It's quiet, it's slow, it's deadly. One day you'll wake up, and everything you love will be gone. Unless you stop it. Right now. Because what I'm about to show you changes everything. Welcome. I don't know where you are in life right now, but I know one thing for sure. You have habits. Some are good, some are bad, and some are destroying you without you even knowing it. Most people don't realize when it's happening. You think you're just relaxing, just scrolling, just having one more bite, one more episode, one more hour of sleep. But those small things add up, and they cost you big. Think about it. 1 hour on your phone every day? That's 15 full days a year. One cigarette? That's thousands over time. One late night becomes many. One broken promise to yourself becomes your personality. You don't notice it at first, but over months or years, your health drops. Your energy fades. Your dreams seem far away. Your confidence disappears. And you wonder, why am I stuck? The answer is right there. Bad habits don't shout. They whisper. They wait. They say, it's okay, do it tomorrow. Just one time. You deserve a break. But every time you believe that voice, it gets stronger. And you get weaker. The worst part? You start to believe it's just who you are. I'm lazy. I can't change. It's too late. But those are lies. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You've just been stuck in a cycle. And you can break it. Because just like bad habits destroy you slowly, good habits can rebuild you slowly. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to change everything in one day. You just need to start small. Now, today, in this video series, we'll talk about the truth behind habits, why your brain loves bad ones, why it's so hard to break them, and how to take back control of your life, one habit at a time. And while you learn that, you'll also improve your English. Every sentence here is real, emotional, spoken English. You'll learn how to feel it, how to say it, and how to use it in your life. This is not just about grammar. This is about power. The power to change your life and your language at the same time. Because nothing will change outside until you change what happens every day inside. So today, I ask you one question. What's the one habit in your life that is silently killing your peace, your health, your future? Think about it. Name it. Because the first step to change is honesty. Let's start with something simple but powerful. Your brain is not your enemy. It doesn't want to hurt you. In fact, it's doing its job to protect you from discomfort, pain, fear, or danger. The problem is, your brain doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care about your goals. It cares about comfort, about quick rewards, about saving energy. That's how bad habits take control. Bad habits feel good for a reason. Fast food gives you sugar. Your brain says energy. Social media gives you likes. Your brain says connection. Skipping a workout? Your brain says safety. It's all about dopamine. That's the chemical your brain releases when you feel pleasure. And every time you repeat a habit that gives you pleasure, your brain rewards you with more dopamine. So what happens next? Your brain starts to create a pattern. It says, every time I'm bored, we scroll. Every time I'm tired, we eat. Every time we feel stress, we avoid everything. Your brain learns fast. It builds a shortcut, a habit loop, trigger action reward. And soon, you don't even think. You just react. Open phone. Eat chips. Procrastinate. It becomes automatic. This is why willpower isn't enough. You can't just try harder forever. Your brain doesn't respond to force. It responds to systems. If you want to break a bad habit, you need a new system. Think of your brain like a field of grass. Every time you repeat a habit, you walk the same path. The grass gets flat. It becomes easy to walk. That's how bad habits become the easy road. But here's the amazing part. Your brain can change. It's called neuroplasticity. You can build a new path, step by step. Yes, it's hard at first. But with repetition, it becomes easier every day. You have to interrupt the loop. Add friction. Make the bad habit harder. Move the app. Hide the snacks. Change the environment. Your brain follows cues. If the cue disappears, the loop weakens. You also need a new reward. Replace the bad habit with something that feels good but helps you grow. A walk, a cold shower, journaling, a deep breath. Give your brain something better. Your brain isn't broken. It's just trained. And now it's your turn to retrain it. You don't need to fight yourself. You need to teach yourself. Not all at once, but one habit, one step, one day at a time. There's one sentence that has destroyed more dreams than failure ever could. It sounds small. It sounds innocent. But it's poison in disguise. That sentence is, just one more time. You tell yourself, just one more scroll. Just one more bite. Just one more cigarette. And you believe it. Because your brain makes it feel like a small choice. A harmless decision. But here's the truth. It's never just one more time. Because habits are not about time. They're about identity. Every action you repeat is a vote for the kind of person you're becoming. When you hit snooze instead of waking up, you're not just being tired. You're becoming someone who avoids discomfort. When you skip practice, you're training yourself to quit. That's why breaking bad habits is more than behavior change. It's identity change. You have to stop asking, what do I want right now? And start asking, who do I want to be every day? You can't become strong if you act weak. You can't become focused if you live distracted. You can't become free if you're always giving in to temptation. Change starts with responsibility. It's not about shame. It's not about guilt. It's about facing the truth. Every time you say just one more, you're giving up control. You're choosing short-term comfort over long-term peace. So what's the solution? Start tracking. Don't lie to yourself. Every time you give in to a habit you want to break, write it down. Put it on paper. When you see it clearly, you stop romanticizing it. Then flip the script. Every time you win, every time you say no, every time you do the hard thing, write that down too. Keep score. Make your wins louder than your excuses. Build a chain of victories. Start small. One decision. One morning. One new habit. Then protect it. Don't break the chain. Because that's how you rebuild trust with yourself. With consistency. You won't always feel strong. That's normal. But you can always choose differently. The power is in your hands. You don't have to believe that just one more lie anymore. You've heard it enough. This time, choose your future. Choose your health. Choose your strength. Say no to the lie, and yes to the life that's waiting for you on the other side of discipline. You think your habits are about willpower, but most of the time, they're about environment. The people around you, the objects around you, the places you go. These shape you more than you think. Look around. Is your phone always near you? Are snacks easy to reach? Is your bed too comfortable? Do your friends support your growth or pull you into distraction? These things make a huge difference. Your brain takes shortcuts. If your environment makes a habit easy, you'll do it more. If it makes it hard, you'll avoid it. You're not lazy. You're just designed to follow the path of least resistance. That's why changing your space is so powerful. If you want to read more, leave a book on your pillow. If you want to exercise, place your shoes by the door. Make good habits easy to start. On the other hand, make bad habits hard. Delete the app. Turn off notifications. Don't keep junk food at home. Block websites. Make it harder to choose the wrong thing, and your brain will follow. You also need to check your people. Are you surrounded by growth or by excuses? Do your friends lift you up or drag you down? Because you rise or fall to the level of the people around you. Energy is contagious. If your group is always complaining, you'll feel heavier. If they're always joking about skipping goals, you'll stop taking yours seriously. You become who you spend time with. Sometimes that means having hard conversations. Sometimes that means being alone for a while. That's okay. Silence is better than company that kills your potential. Your peace is more important. Design your environment for the life you want. Start small. One drawer. One room. One friend. One rule. Every small change makes the good habits easier and the bad ones weaker. You don't need perfect willpower. You need better design. You need reminders, not resistance. You need a place that supports the person you're becoming, not the one you're trying to escape. Most people never change because they keep living in the same world. If you want a new life, build a new environment. One habit, one object, one person at a time. Your environment is not neutral. It's shaping you every minute. So shape it first, or it will shape you into someone you never meant to become. Most people wait to feel motivated. They wait for the perfect morning, the right mood, the ideal energy. But motivation is not consistent. It's unreliable. And if you wait for it, you will keep waiting. Motivation is emotional. One day you feel powerful, the next day weak. If your habits depend on motivation, they'll break easily. Because feelings change. They are not strong enough to build a life on. What actually creates change is momentum. And momentum comes from action, not emotion. You don't need to feel like doing something. You just need to begin. Starting is the real superpower. When you take action, your brain follows. It says, "Oh, we're doing this now." It stops resisting. That's the secret. Motivation doesn't come first. It comes after you start. It follows movement. This is why small steps matter. You don't need to work out for an hour. Just put on your shoes. You don't need to write a book. Just open the file. Action first. Motivation second. That's the rule. Try the 2-minute rule. If something feels hard, do it for just 2 minutes. Read for 2 minutes. Speak for 2 minutes. Clean for 2 minutes. Most of the time, you'll keep going without force. Because once you start, inertia kicks in. Your body wants to continue. Your mind feels focused. You realize it's not that hard. Starting is the battle. After that, momentum carries you forward. This is how you build discipline. Not through perfection, not through giant efforts, but through tiny daily wins. You become someone who shows up, no matter the mood. That identity becomes real. Each small step is a vote for the person you want to become. And every vote counts. Soon, you trust yourself. You believe, "I do what I say." That trust is stronger than any motivational video. Don't wait to feel good. Don't wait for silence or sunshine. Start where you are. Start tired. Start stressed. Start unprepared. Because the moment you act, you break the wall. That's freedom. Action creates energy. Movement creates motivation. If you want to feel better, do something. If you want to believe in yourself again, take the first step. Don't plan it. Don't think it. Just do it. Because in the end, you don't rise when you feel inspired. You rise when you move through resistance. That's where strength grows. Not in the plan, in the doing. That's where your new life begins. You don't become confident in one day. You don't become fluent in 1 week. You don't become healthy in one workout. Change is not an event. It's a process. And that process is built through repetition. Your brain learns through repetition. It doesn't care what you repeat. It simply remembers what you do often. If you complain every day, it becomes natural. If you scroll every day, it becomes your reflex. The same goes for good habits. If you speak English daily, even badly, your brain starts to adapt. If you read daily, even 1 page, your mind grows stronger. Your identity shifts with your behavior. Most people try to change by force. They push for a few days. Then they give up because it feels hard. But you don't need to force forever. You only need to repeat until the habit becomes normal. Think of brushing your teeth. As a child, it was hard, boring. You didn't want to do it. But now, you don't think. You just do it. That's what happens when a habit becomes automatic. You want the same with your positive habits. You want them to feel automatic, natural, like part of your life, not a fight. And to get there, you need one thing: consistency over intensity. It's not about doing something perfectly. It's about doing it daily. Small actions, low pressure, just repetition. Because repetition rewires your brain. It makes the unfamiliar feel familiar. You won't notice the change at first. One day looks the same as the last. But after 1 month, you're different. After 3 months, you're transformed. Habits don't show fast results, but they do last. Track your habits. Create a simple system. Use a calendar. Cross off each day you show up. It builds visual proof. You'll start to feel proud. And that pride feeds your new identity. The old version of you lived in chaos. Random effort. Random results. But the new version is deliberate, clear, disciplined. Not perfect, just committed. That's how real change begins. So ask yourself, what one habit could I repeat for the next 30 days? Just one. Keep it small. Make it daily. Build the muscle of consistency. Because repetition is the architect of success. You don't become who you wish to be. You become what you do. Every habit is a vote. Every day is a chance to cast another. So start voting today for the future you want to live in. Most people try to change by focusing on what they want to do. I want to stop smoking. I want to study more. I want to be fit. But that's the wrong starting point. Habits are not about action first. They are about identity. You act based on who you believe you are. If you believe, "I'm lazy," your brain finds ways to prove it. If you believe, "I'm not good at English," your behavior follows that belief. Your brain loves to stay consistent with your identity. It's how it protects you. So even when you try a new habit, if your inner voice says, "This isn't me," it will sabotage you without you noticing. That's why many people fail. They try to force a new habit while still believing in an old version of themselves. And that creates conflict. You can't build a new life while holding on to an old identity. Real change begins when you change your story. When you stop saying, I want to quit smoking, and start saying, I'm not a smoker. That small shift makes your brain say, oh, this is who we are now. Instead of, I want to study English, say, I'm someone who learns every day. Instead of, I want to get fit, say, I'm a healthy person. These are not fake affirmations. They're identity upgrades. You don't need to believe it fully at first. But every time you act in line with that identity, the belief gets stronger. Each small win becomes evidence. And that evidence builds a new self-image. Think of it like layers. Every time you show up, you add one more layer to your new identity. After a month, you don't just act like someone disciplined. You start to feel like one. It becomes real. That's how confidence grows. Not from results, but from proof. Proof that you can keep promises to yourself. Proof that you are not who you used to be. Proof that you are transforming. So ask yourself today, what identity do I want to build? And what habits support that identity? Start acting like the person you want to become, even if it feels fake at first. That's how it begins. Soon, your actions and identity will match. You'll no longer need willpower. You'll no longer feel fake. You'll just live in alignment. Because now, your habits reflect who you truly are becoming. You are not stuck. You are just repeating the story of your past. It's time to write a new one. One choice, one action, one day at a time. Because identity is not fixed, it's built. Every habit is a loop. It starts with a trigger, something that causes you to act. Then comes the behavior, the habit itself. And finally, the reward, the feeling you get after doing it. Let's say your trigger is boredom. Your brain looks for relief. You open your phone. You scroll. That's the behavior. You feel distracted, entertained. That's the reward. Loop complete. Repeat tomorrow. Your brain remembers the reward. So the next time boredom appears, it takes the same path. And the more times you repeat it, the stronger the loop becomes. Soon, you don't even notice it anymore. This is how habits take control. You think you're choosing, but really, your brain is following a well-worn path. And if that path leads to destruction, it will still follow it, unless you stop it. To break the loop, you must break the pattern. First, identify the trigger. Is it stress, loneliness, anxiety, fatigue? Notice what happens right before you start the habit you want to change. Next, interrupt the routine. Replace the behavior. If stress makes you reach for junk food, try taking a 5-minute walk. If boredom makes you scroll, try reading something short or writing a few lines. Then, adjust the reward. Ask yourself, what feeling was I chasing? Relief? Escape? Joy? Try to meet that need in a way that builds you up, not breaks you down. This takes practice, but it's powerful. Don't expect perfection. You'll slip. That's okay. What matters is catching yourself faster. Awareness is everything. Once you see the loop clearly, you're no longer controlled by it. Use a habit journal. Write the loop. Trigger action reward. Start noticing your patterns. The more clearly you see the cycle, the easier it becomes to interrupt and rewire it. It's like a code. Once you crack the pattern, you can rewrite it. But you must look honestly. Don't avoid. Don't pretend. Face it. Because if you don't break the loop will break you. This is your life we're talking about. Not just a few bad moments. These loops shape your future. And if they stay invisible, they become your story. A story you never meant to write. But you can write a different ending. You can change the loop. One trigger at a time. One better choice at a time. You are not the loop. You are the person who breaks it and builds something new. Most people overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can do in a year. Real transformation doesn't happen in big explosions. It happens quietly, in your daily routine. If your daily routine is filled with distraction, delay, and avoidance, your future will reflect that. If your daily routine is filled with focus, intention, and growth, you'll be unstoppable. The big question is not, where do I want to be? But what do I do every day? Because your future isn't built in your mind. It's built in your mornings, your habits, your small decisions. A powerful life is not built by motivation. It's built by routine. What you do without thinking, what you repeat automatically, that's what shapes your results, your health, your peace. So look at your mornings. Are you starting with purpose or with panic? With a plan or with noise? Your first hour sets the tone. You don't need a perfect morning, just a better one. Try starting the day with silence. No phone, no rush. Just you, your breath, maybe a notebook. This one shift can calm your mind, clear your focus, and give your day a strong foundation. Next, build a simple routine. One that includes movement, learning, and something creative. You don't need 3 hours. You need 30 minutes of discipline. That's how you set your direction. The same goes for evenings. Are you ending with chaos or clarity? Are you scrolling until you pass out? Or are you reviewing your day, setting goals, and preparing for tomorrow with intention? Small changes add up fast. Reading 5 pages a day is 150 books in 10 years. 10 minutes of speaking English daily? You'll be fluent. A better bedtime? You'll gain years of energy and health. People say, I don't have time. But time is not the issue. Attention is. Energy is. If something matters, you make time. If it doesn't, you make excuses. And excuses don't build anything real. Audit your routine. Write it down. See where your time goes. Then adjust. Not with pressure, but with purpose. You don't need to rebuild your whole life. Just realign your daily flow. Because your future is not a mystery. It's a mirror of what you do every single day. So build a daily routine that your future self will thank you for, not one they'll have to recover from. Creating a good habit is one thing. Keeping it alive, that's the real challenge. Most people start strong for a few days, then quit. Not because they're weak, but because they have no strategy. You can't rely on excitement forever. Habits survive when they're easy, visible, and rewarding. If your habit feels complicated, boring, or invisible, your brain will try to avoid it. That's why design matters. Want to drink more water? Keep a bottle in front of you. Want to write more? Keep your notebook on your pillow. Make the habit so obvious that you can't ignore it. Next, reduce friction. If it takes 10 steps to start, you won't do it. Make the first step easy. Prepare your clothes at night. Keep your tools ready. Don't make it hard to begin. Then, use habit stacking. Attach the new habit to something you already do. For example, after I brush my teeth, I'll read 1 page. The old habit becomes a trigger for the new one. Also, track it visually. Use a calendar or a habit app. Every time you complete the habit, mark an X. Don't break the chain. Seeing the streak grow gives your brain a hit of progress. And don't underestimate rewards. Your brain loves small celebrations. After a habit, give yourself a little win. A smile, a positive word, a fist pump. That feeling becomes part of the habit too. You can also use accountability. Tell a friend. Join a group. Share your progress. When someone expects you to show up, it adds pressure, but also power. You feel responsible for your growth. Expect the dip. Motivation will fade. Energy will drop. That's normal. Plan for it. Decide what to do when you don't feel like it. Your backup plan is what keeps your habit alive. Keep it flexible. If you miss a day, don't quit. Just don't miss twice. A perfect streak is nice, but recovery is more important. Forgive yourself fast. Then return to the path. Your brain is always learning. Every time you repeat a habit, you teach it something. The more often you show up, the easier it becomes. One day, you'll look back and say, this is just who I am now. That's when you've won. Not because it's easy, but because it's automatic. Not because it's loud, but because it's deep. That's how good habits stick. Not for a week, but for a lifetime. Your habits don't live in a vacuum. They grow in an environment, and often, that environment is made of people. Friends, family, co-workers. They influence your choices more than you notice. If you spend time with people who complain, avoid goals, and laugh at effort, you'll slowly become one of them. Not because you want to, but because your brain wants to belong. Humans are wired for connection. We copy what others do to feel accepted. That's why being around disciplined people makes you more focused. Being around lazy people pulls you backward. If everyone around you smokes, you'll likely start. If they read, you'll be curious. If they exercise, you'll feel inspired. Your habits are mirrors. They reflect the behaviors of your group. So ask yourself, who do I spend the most time with? Do they challenge me or distract me? Do they believe in growth or comfort? Are they building or wasting their lives? Sometimes, the hardest habit to break is a relationship. But if someone consistently holds you back, disrespects your time, or laughs at your progress, that's not love. That's sabotage. This doesn't mean you must cut everyone off. But you do need boundaries. Protect your focus. Spend less time with people who drain you. More time with those who inspire you to grow. Look for people who are on the same journey. They don't have to be perfect, just honest, hungry, consistent. People who are building something, even if it's small, even if it's slow. And remember, you can also be that person for someone else. Be the friend who encourages, the colleague who shows up, the family member who grows. Be the one who leads by action. Because when one person starts growing, it creates a ripple. Others watch. Some follow. Your transformation gives others permission to believe in their own. That's how change spreads. Don't let your environment choose your identity. Choose your environment with intention. Your future deserves friends who want to see you win, not ones who want you to stay small. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So spend your time with people who reflect the person you're becoming, not the version you're trying to escape. Breaking bad habits is uncomfortable. It feels hard. It takes energy. It takes patience. But do you know what's harder than discipline? Regret. That's the pain most people don't talk about. The pain of regret doesn't show up today. It shows up later, when it's too late. When you realize what you could have done, who you could have become. But the opportunity is gone. Discipline is temporary. You feel it in the moment. But it passes. Regret stays. It lives in your memory. It haunts your future. You can forget discomfort, but regret remembers everything. You'll never look back and say, I wish I had scrolled more. Or, I wish I had skipped more workouts. Or, I wish I had wasted more time. But you might say, I wish I had tried harder. That's why the pain of now is worth it. The hard choice today prevents the heartbreak tomorrow. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you're buying freedom with short-term effort. Discipline is an act of love, not punishment. Love for your health, your peace, your potential. You say no now because your future matters more than your momentary craving. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to fail. What's not okay is pretending that it doesn't matter. Every habit counts. Every choice adds up. Every day you're either building or breaking something. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be honest. Ask yourself, what will cost me more in 5 years? The discomfort of change or the regret of staying the same? Most people never ask that. They focus on how they feel today, and that's why they stay stuck for years. But not you. You're here because you want more. You want better. And that desire matters. Let that pain of regret fuel you. Not to feel bad, but to wake up, to move, to act, to choose differently. Let your future self look back and say, thank you for not giving up. Because the truth is, every day you avoid the hard thing, you borrow comfort from your future. But every day you choose growth, you're paying your future back with strength. Discipline feels hard now, but regret will feel harder later. So choose the pain that builds you. Choose the habit that frees you. Choose the path your future self will be proud of. Perfection is a trap. It looks beautiful from far away, but it kills progress. Many people delay starting because they think, if I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all. That's dangerous. Bad habits thrive in that mindset. They whisper, you missed one day, so quit. Or, you didn't do it right, so why try again? But growth doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence. Imagine a plant. You water it daily. One day, you forget. Do you throw it away? No. You water it the next day. Habits are the same. Missing once is human. Quitting completely is the real loss. Consistency is stronger than intensity. It's better to do 5 minutes daily than 1 hour once a week. Because your brain doesn't grow from pressure. It grows from pattern, from rhythm. When you accept imperfection, you create space to keep going. You say, it's okay. I'll return tomorrow. That mindset builds trust. And trust is what keeps your habits alive long-term. So build habits that are sustainable, not extreme. Choose routines that fit your real life. That you can repeat even when you're tired, stressed, or not in the mood. That's how change sticks. Forgive yourself fast. Guilt adds weight. Shame creates distance. If you slip, don't spiral. Step back in with kindness. Talk to yourself the way you would talk to someone you love. Track your consistency, not your perfection. Celebrate streaks, but also celebrate recoveries. Because getting back up is a sign of growth. It means your identity is stronger than your slip. And here's the secret. Consistency creates confidence. When you show up every day, even in a small way, you start believing, I can do this. That belief becomes your new foundation. Let go of the pressure to impress. You don't need to be the fastest, smartest, or best. You just need to be the one who keeps going. Quietly, gently, day after day. Because perfect is imaginary. But consistent is powerful. Consistent people win. Not because they're special, but because they didn't stop. They kept choosing growth, even on the hard days. So don't aim to impress the world. Aim to respect yourself. That's what matters most. Not flawless habits, but honest effort. Not huge wins, but tiny, repeated choices that build your future. You don't need to change everything today. That belief will only exhaust you. The secret is simpler. Make one better choice. One small action. One shift. That's how real transformation begins. Most people wait for a big moment. A new year. A crisis. A perfect mood. But the truth is, your next chapter won't begin with a dramatic event. It'll begin with a decision you make today. Maybe that decision is to get out of bed when you don't want to. Or to say no to the habit that's been hurting you. Or to speak English for 5 minutes, even if it feels awkward or slow. Small choices lead to big changes. That's not a motivational quote. It's a law of life. Because every decision builds momentum. And momentum turns a good moment into a better routine. Don't underestimate the power of small. One deep breath before reacting. One healthy meal. One honest journal entry. These are not tiny things. They're seeds of a stronger identity. You don't need perfect energy. You need purpose. Remind yourself, I'm building something. That thought gives meaning to every small choice. It makes your actions feel important, because they are. Make your environment support you. One better choice might be deleting an app, or moving your alarm, or creating a visible checklist. These small changes remove friction and increase follow-through. Visualize your future self. Ask, what choice would they make right now? Then act like them, even for 1 minute. You're not pretending. You're practicing becoming who you want to be. That one better choice becomes 2, then 3, then 10. Suddenly, you're not fighting your old habits. You're outgrowing them. Not through force, but through quiet, repeated strength. You won't always see results immediately, but stay patient. Change is silent before it becomes visible. Trust the process. Trust your effort. You're doing more than you think. Your next level of life doesn't require magic. It requires honesty, courage, and one better choice. That's how habits change. That's how identity shifts. That's how lives transform. So right now, not tomorrow, not someday, make one better choice. Say no to the habit that's been stealing your energy. Say yes to the one that restores it. That's your beginning. If you've made it this far, you're not just watching a video. You're walking a path that leads away from who you were and toward who you're becoming. That's something powerful. You're not here by accident. You're here because something inside you said, enough. Enough excuses. Enough delay. Enough being stuck. You've decided to take your life back. That decision is rare. Most people never reach it. They stay lost in distraction, trapped in loops. But you chose awareness. You chose growth. You chose to face your habits honestly. And now you know the truth. Habits are not just routines. They're stories. They're votes. They shape your identity. And you have the power to rewrite that identity, one habit at a time. You've learned how habits form, how your brain works, how to replace bad loops with better ones, how to build discipline, design your environment, and protect your momentum. You've also learned that perfection is not required. That missing a day is not failure. That effort, repeated with love and clarity, always leads to transformation, even when progress feels slow. So what happens now? You act. You apply. You choose one habit to focus on. You start small, but stay consistent. You stop trying to be perfect and start showing up with intention. You forgive yourself fast. You track your wins. You celebrate progress. You surround yourself with people who support your growth. You let go of shame and build with honesty instead. And when you feel tired, you return to the truth. Your future is hiding in your daily choices. You don't need more time. You need more alignment. One better decision at a time. You are not your past. You are your present focus. And your future reward. You've already started the journey. Now it's time to keep going. Not perfectly, but powerfully. And if this message helped you, if it woke something up in you, then share it. Like it. Leave a comment. Subscribe. This is not just a channel. It's a compass for your life and your language. Your habits won't change everything overnight, but they will change everything eventually. So keep walking, keep showing up. And remember, this is not the end, it's your turning point.